Alongside fantasy, sci-fi is probably the one genre that I struggle the most to actually get immersed into. So I was a little bit hesitant when I was seeing the crazy amount of acclaim and praise for Project Hail Mary, but I did decide to check it out because I really like Lord and Miller and what they've done with the Spider-Verse films, and I really like Ryan Gosling as a star. And I'm pleased to say that even as somebody who isn't particularly into sci-fi films, I did really enjoy this film for the most part. I do have some problems with it, we'll unpack those in a second, but I want to talk about the positives first. Rocky. Oh my god, the puppeteering for Rocky was fantastic. Ryan Gosling is also giving one of his career best performances here, finally finding a performance which allows him to really synthesize his genuine skill in dramatic acting, as well as that wonderful talent that he has for this kind of charismatic but bumbling comedy. This is a performance that finally allows him to do both simultaneously, or at least change between the two, so I did really enjoy him in this film especially. And there's been a lot of talk about this film's lack of green screen, about the lack of special effects, and the lean back towards practical effects, and you can really see that. I honestly think you could watch this film without realizing that many of the effects were practical because they are that convincing, and it's really well done. Cinematographer Greig Fraser, who did the Dune films and the Batman, really does some more good work here, and he's quickly becoming one of my favourite cinematographers in Hollywood. My two problems with the films are that it certainly feels over-edited in certain sequences. I thought that the start was really rushed and hectic, and I also thought that there was one particular scene during the climax that felt over-edited. I found that really frustrating because it hurt my immersion into the film so much, especially when I had finally settled into it during that brilliant second act of communication between Ryan Gosling's character and Rocky that are just fantastic. They're so good, those sequences. And it feels as though that rushed pacing, as well as a few misplaced sequences that you could easily cut out, really bring the film down, despite the fact that it has such brilliant performances, such a fantastic score, great visuals, and so much going for it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I did also find myself frustrated with the film's ending because it clearly wants to have its cake and eat it too. It wants to make you really emotional at the same time as not really committing to anything that is that emotionally investing. And it tries to do both, but it just becomes a little bit cloying and embarrassing, and I really think that that also let the film down from being potentially one of the best sci-fi films in recent memory. Project Hail Mary is very good and it is worth seeing because those visuals are stunning, Gosling's performance is fantastic, Rocky is my favourite character in some time, and the score is fantastic. There are a couple of drawbacks, but overall this is a very special film that I would recommend seeing on as big a screen as possible because it is really immersive and really entertaining.